Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're bringing you our top 3 most played games in November. So in November we had 20 plays of 11 games for about 22 hours of playtime. So pretty standard month, not like a lot, but also not as little as a few of the months prior to November. So without anything else, we're gonna get right into this list. Now, of course, 3 games means we're gonna do it in 3 minutes, starting now. So number 3 is Soviet Dawn. We got 2 plays of that, brand new game for us in November. This is a solo only game where you are the Soviets setting up the new government in Russia back at the beginning of the previous century. You're fighting off 6 different factions that are kind of trying to work their way along these tracks and end up in Moscow. You have the Allies, you've got the Poles, there's like I said, 6 different ones, the Eastern Front, the Southern Front. I can't remember all of them at this point, but it's got a lot of historical stuff in it, like every single card that you turn over, every event that you turn over is an actual event that occurred in history. It's got kind of a flavor text for it, but then the mechanisms at first glance appear to be pretty luck-based, but then as you play a couple of times, you start to realize, oh no, there is some strategy here, and there's also some optional rules you can enact that help increase the mitigation of the dice rolls. So that is Soviet Dawn. Number 2 is Mandala Stones. We got 3 plays of this. Mandala Stones is an abstract game that is super easy to learn, but then I feel like it's got a lot to really offer from that point. Plays 2 to 4 players, and you have this area in the middle of the board that has all these round stones built up on it in piles, and you place these cylinders that are called artists in between the different piles, and depending on where you place it and which artist you place there, you then can take stones off the top of each of the piles next to that artist, and then you place them on your player board, and then every so often you're going to choose to score from your player board. And there's 5 different stacks on your player board that you can build, and each stack scores differently, and you're only able to score certain stacks depending on the current situation you've got going on your player board. That's Mandala Stones. And number 3 is Kingdom Death Monster. As we continue to work our way through our People of the Lantern campaign, this is again the first time that my 2 buddies in my game group have played Kingdom Death Monster, so we've had a lot of fun getting into that and going through stuff that I'm very familiar with that they are learning for the first time and seeing how it works. We just experienced our first total party kill not too long ago against the last time we played against the Kingsman, and I'm expecting a few more of those to come here in the future, and it's been a lot of fun. Kingdom Death Monster, for those of you who somehow aren't familiar with it, if you've been watching my channel, then certainly you're familiar with it at this point, but it's this dark hellscape of a world where these when you start the game, you are these survivors that wake up in this hellscape. You don't even know how to speak, and you're trying to survive against these monsters that are there. And then as you play along, you start to kind of realize that you as a human are just one more of the monsters in this hellscape. And you go out, you hunt monsters for resources, and then you try to survive people like the Kingsman, or monsters like the Kingsman, that show up at your settlement and just wreak havoc. And a lot of that different stuff going on as far as trying to survive different situations. The key is that you can't be upset when individual survivors die. It's the settlement that matters. You have to stand the settlement up, make the settlement be able to absorb the losses that you're inevitably going to experience. So that is my top 3 most played games from November. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss anything. We've got a lot of great stuff coming out in December. What are we doing next? We've got Oh yeah, Shadows over Normandy. We've got a gameplay of that coming up soon. That's the next game we're gonna film at my game night. Shadows over Normandy. I've been doing a instructional series for that, so now we've got a gameplay coming out as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.